Welcome to lecture 3 of Economy PT 365. I am Shivajit. We will have a comprehensive coverage of economy with a very rapid speed which will be helpful for your revision and enhance your preparation strategy. So today we will be starting with from the fourth topic. So the first topic is external sector. In the external sector, the first one is India's trade deficit. What do you mean by trade deficit? When the balance of payment or when we have revenue deficit instead of revenue surplus, or when the import takes place more than export. Only in that case the trade deficit happens. Okay. So now, according to official data from Union Ministry of Commerce and Industry in the financial year 2023-24, India recorded trade deficit with 9 out of its 10 trading partners. सो 10 ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर में से 9 के साथ इंडिया का डेफिसिट हो गया है. अब क्या क्या है देखते हैं. सबसे पहले इंडिया का लार्जेस्ट ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर कौन कौन है? चाइना, यूएसए, यूएई, रशिया एंड सऊदी अरेबिया. प्लीज रिमेंबर दीज आर ऑल गिवन इन द डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर. The first is China, then USA, and then UAE, and then Russia, and then Saudi Arabia. India's trade deficit rose with China, Russia, South Korea, Hong Kong. India's trade surplus with USA, Netherlands, UK, Belgium, and Italy. WTO's World Trade Statistics 2023 review. India ranks 8th in global agricultural exports and 18th in merchandise exports and 7th in service exports. Next is what is trade deficit. I said when value of inputs exceeds exports, only then trade deficit happens. So what is the impact of trade deficit? So if there is a trade deficit, if there is a maximum import, so obviously there will be depletion of foreign exchange or foreign reserves. Yes or no? Widening current account deficit means our economy will downfall. And what is the positive? Access to wide range of goods. Yes, obvious. If we do imports from other countries, then we will have a wide access to the other goods. Factors driving a trade deficit are, so what are the factors that drives India's trade deficit? One is rising import because of gold, crude oil, these are being maximized or these are being imported at a maximum quantity. Next, consumption pattern. Yes, obviously there is a change in consumption pattern. Okay, increasing demand for luxurious goods. Next is domestic policies and others. Next, initiatives to promote exports. One is RODTEP, remission of duties and taxes on exported products. So what the government has done is that if you export your commodities from India to other countries, then the government will deduct the taxes that has been charged on the goods. Okay, so this is one kind of benefits. Next, it replaced the merchandise export from India scheme. Trade Connect e-platform. What is that? Launched by Ministry of Commerce and Industries. Trade Connect e-platform launched by Ministry of Commerce and Industries. It is a single Indian initiative aimed at facilitating international trade by Indian exporters, especially MSME, by providing a real-time access to trade-related information. Next, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. India's premier business of institution focusing on foreign trade and regarded as an academic center of excellence. Now, what is FDI? FDI, FII, FPI, I hope all of you know and have a clear understanding of all these. FDI stands for foreign direct investment, FPI stands for foreign portfolio investment, and FII stands for foreign institutional investment. So please, if you don't have no clear idea about this, please clarify it. So the FDI inflows in 2023 to 24 contracted by 3.49%. So what it said that the FDI inflow कम हो गया है. ठीक है, पहले के तुलना पे अभी कम हो रहा है. कितने परसेंट? 3.49% कम हुआ है. सो FDI ट्रेंड इन डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर. टॉप स्टेट्स रिसीविंग FDI. सबसे ज़्यादा कौन कौन से स्टेट पे FDI गया है? महाराष्ट्र, गुजरात एंड कर्नाटका. महाराष्ट्र, गुजरात एंड कर्नाटका, दिस आर द टॉप परफॉर्मिंग स्टेट्स ऑफ रिसीविंग FDI. सेक्टर रिसीविंग हाईएस्ट FDI. सो कौन से सेक्टर पे ज़्यादा FDI लॉन्च दिया गया है या फिर आया है? सबसे पहला कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर एंड हार्डवेयर, सर्विस सेक्टर एंड कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटीज. टॉप सोर्स ऑफ FDI सिंगापुर, मॉरिशियस एंड USA. Singapore, Mauritius and USA, these are top sources of FDI. Next, about FDI. So DPIT is a nodal department for formulation of FDI policy. So FDI is permitted through automatic route or government route. So foreign currency convertible. So FDI is largely a non-debt creating capital flow. FDI is prohibited in lottery business, gambling, betting, cheat fund, nidhi company, and trading in transferable development rights. So now, what is nidhi company? I hope in the previous class also we have mentioned about the nidhi company. I also told you please have a look on those. So nidhi company is a non-banking financial company that lends and borrows money to its members, regulated by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, operate under Nidhi Rules 2014. So Nidhi company does not operate under Companies Act, it operates under Nidhi rule. Okay. And it is regulated by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. So comparison between FDI and FPI. Investment made by a company or an individual in one country into business interest, whereas FPI to invest in the financial assets of a foreign country such as stocks and bonds. So FPI is basically get invested on the stocks and bonds, means financial institutions, whereas FDI is basically on business. Okay, invest in physical assets, whereas invest in financial assets. So risk is in FDI high, whereas in lower risk in FPI. FDI is more stable, whereas FPI is highly volatile. Now, internationalization of Indian rupee. So, what is internationalization of Indian rupee? So, basically ये सिंपल फंडा है. इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ इंडियन रूपी का मतलब है जब हमारा रूपी गेट रिकॉग्नाइज इन द फॉरेन कंट्री, जब फॉरेन कंट्री मानता है कि हाँ हम भी इसी रूपी पे ट्रांजैक्शन कर सकते हैं, तब हम बोलते हैं इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ रूपी, या फिर रूपी बाकी देशों में भी चलना शुरू हो गया. ठीक है, या फिर मानते हैं वो लोग, या फिर एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, तो इससे कहते हैं हम इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ रूपी. RBI highlighted enabling foreign investment through special non-resident rupees and special rupee Vostro account. I hope everyone have a clear idea about the Vostro and Nostro account. So what are SNR and SRB? A special non-resident rupee and special rupee Vostro account. What is that? So special non-resident rupee account. Any person resident outside India having a business interest in India can open SNR account for purpose of putting through bona fide transaction in rupees. So अगर कोई भी इंसान इंडिया के बाहर रहता है पर उसको इंडिया के बिजनेस में बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है, तो वो उससे पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा? स्पेशल नॉन रेसिडेंट रुपये अकाउंट एक खोलना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. SNR accounts are usually allowed for special transactions in trade, foreign investment, external commercial body. Now, what is special rupee Vostro account? Vostro account is an account that banks hold for foreign bank in form of domestic currency. It's an additional arrangement to existing system that uses freely convertible currencies and works as a complementary system for operating SRBA. Prior approval of RBI is required. So for SRBA, prior approval of RBI is required. Now, what is Vostro account? See. For example, say USA and India are doing trade among themselves. Okay. Now when a person from USA receives money from an Indian customer, the Indian customer will pay the imported fees either through Indian rupee. Yes, the American bank will accept that rupee. So there is no need to do transactions in dollars. It will accept the rupee. Okay, it will accept the rupee, and it will automatically get converted to dollar in the system at US banks, because US had a reserves of rupee and we had a reserve of dollar. So again, similarly, if a US customer purchases something from India, so he need to make payment. उसे पेमेंट करना पड़ेगा. तो वो क्या करेगा? वो अपने डॉलर पे पेमेंट करेगा. उससे पैसा रुपी पे कन्वर्ट करके पेमेंट नहीं करना पड़ता. उसे कहाँ किस पे? उसके अपने कंट्री के डॉलर पे पेमेंट करेगा. और हमारा बैंक क्या करेगा? उसे ऑटोमेटिकली रुपी पे कन्वर्ट करेगा और हमारे अकाउंट पे रुपी क्रेडिट कर देगा. समझ में आया? तो इसके लिए यूएस का एक बैंक हमारे यहाँ सेटअप होना चाहिए और हमारा एक बैंक यूएस पे सेटअप होना चाहिए, ताकि वो जो रुपी कन्वर्शन है वो इजीली हो सके. समझ में आया? नेक्स्ट. So about internationalization currency refers to currency that is used and hold बियॉन्ड बॉर्डर्स, हाँ, जब हम बॉर्डर के बाहर भी हमारा पैसा यूज़ कर सकते हैं तो इसे हम इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन ऑफ रुपी कह सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट challenges regarding internationalizations of currency. So what are the challenges? There are many as like policy challenges. And what is Tiffin dilemma? So see, Tiffin dilemma refers to a conflict that arises when a country needs to supply enough of its currencies to meet global demands while also maintaining its domestic monetary policy. Now, see one thing. What is Tiffin dilemma? Here it is that, for example, India. There is sudden demand of Indian goods in the foreign country. So everyone has to do transactions in Indian rupee if there is no such agreement between international nations of rupee or anything else. अगर उनके बीच में कोई ऐसा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होता है कि हाँ मैं आपका आपके पैसों पे मैं ले सकता हूँ या फिर आप मेरे पैसे पे डिमांड ले लेना और बाद में कन्वर्ट, ऐसा नहीं, अगर कोई ऐसा एग्रीमेंट नहीं होता है तब क्या करना पड़ेगा मुझे अगर परचेज करना हो तो, या फिर किसी को इंडियन प्रोडक्ट्स परचेज करना हो तो उस पैसे पहले क्या करना पड़ेगा, उसे अपना पैसे को रुपये पे कन्वर्ट करके इसके बाद ऑर्डर पुट करना पड़ेगा, है कि नहीं. सो टिफिन डायलेमा में क्या होता है कि देखो एक बार जब बाहर पे भी हमारा इंडियन रुपये का डिमांड चल रहा है और अंदर तो चलेगा, जब दोनों डायलेमा को एक ही साथ हैंडल करना पड़ता है ना आरबीआई को या फिर किसी को, तब उसे हम कहते हैं टिफिन डायलेमा. समझ में आया. So steps taken for international rupee capital account convertibility. Okay. So one thing please remember, Indian national rupee is fully convertible in the current account but partially in the capital account. So capital account is not fully convertible but current account is fully convertible. Special Bostro rupee accounts, inclusion of INR in the continuous link settlements and other international rupee bilateral currency swap agreements. INR as a signature. Next. Gold-backed currency. Recently, Zimbabwe launched the gold-backed currency called ZIG. So ZIG is basically a currency that is having a gold back, and this was recently launched by Zimbabwe. So gold-backed currency has fixed value directly linked to the gold, convertible into gold. About fiat currency is the which lacks intrinsic value and one thing. Fiat currency is nothing but the rupee that is used by us at the present. For example, a paper money, for example, with a figure enshrined on it is rupees 100, but the paper might not cost rupees 100. Might not cost rupees, so it has not intrinsic value of 100, but it guarantees of making a payment of 100. So that is fiat money. See, fiat money is nothing. Fiat money उस पैसे को हम कहते हैं जिसके ऊपर लिखा हो 100 पर उसका इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू 100 नहीं, और वो गारंटी करता है कि हाँ इसका वैल्यू 100 है, तो उसे हम कहते हैं फिएट मनी. फिएट मनी इज ऑटोमेटिकली लीगल बैकअप. सो ऑन दिस ब्रिटेन वुड कॉन्फ्रेंस आई होप एवरीवन हैव a clear idea of the Bretton Woods conference. Bretton Woods conference, World Bank, WTO, World Trade Organizations, IMF, International Monetary Fund. I hope you have heard Bretton Woods conference in this situation. So Bretton Woods Conference, officially known as United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference, held at 1945 Bretton Woods. Purpose to agree upon a countries to the new rules for the post World War II international monetary systems. Key outcomes is IMF and World Bank. I hope I have already said. IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Next, International Monetary Fund, IMF. So IMF provides extended fund facility for Egypt. So what is extended fund facility? Provide assistance to countries experiencing payment imbalance because of structural impediment or slow growth. So अगर कोई कंट्री ज़्यादा परेशानी से चल रहा है या फिर उसे पेमेंट इम्बेलेंस का या फिर उसका पेमेंट मिल नहीं रहा है, तब क्या करता है आईएमएफ उसे एक्सटेंडेड फंड फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करता है ताकि वहाँ से उसको काम चलाने दे. So about IMF lending, IMF provides financial support to countries hit by crisis unlike payment loss. IMF does not lend for specific projects. IMF कभी भी प्रोजेक्ट के लिए आपको पैसा उधार पे नहीं देगा, ठीक है. सो वन इज गोल्ड ट्रेंच या फिर रिजर्व ट्रेंच. रिजर्व ट्रेंच refers to credit system guaranteed by IMF to its members. One is reserve trench. तो नेक्स्ट वर्ल्ड बैंक आपका ब्रिटेन रोड कॉन्फ्रेंस का ये एक पार्ट है वर्ल्ड बैंक. So World Bank Group Guarantee Platform and Life for Business. So what is World Bank Group Guarantee Platform? World Bank Group Guarantee consolidates all guarantee products and experts from across the World Bank Group institutions at multilateral investment and guarantee agency. ये क्या करता है, ये ग्रुप बना देता है सभी जितना भी गारंटीज या फिर जितना भी प्रोवाइडेड बाई मल्टीलेटरल इन्वेस्टमेंट गारंटी एजेंसी. नेक्स्ट, three types of coverage or guarantees: credit guarantee, trade financing guarantee, and political risks. Insurance against non-commercial risks for private sector projects or public sector partnerships. To reduce poverty and supplier development, what are the main objectives of World Bank? 189 countries. Countries must first join IMF to be eligible to join World Bank Group. So please remember, अगर आप IMF ज्वाइन नहीं करते और वो चाहते हो कि वर्ल्ड बैंक ज्वाइन करो तो हो सकता है, नहीं हो सकता है. सबसे पहले आपको IMF ज्वाइन करना पड़ेगा. फॉर द की रिपोर्ट्स लॉन्च बाय वर्ल्ड बैंक आर और रिलीज बाय वर्ल्ड बैंक आर ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक प्रोस्पेक्ट्स, रेसिपी फॉर लिवेबल प्लैनेट्स, अचीविंग नेट जीरो एमिशन इन द एग्री फूड सिस्टम्स, report poverty and shared prosperity report. So these are some of the reports released by World Bank. So वर्ल्ड बैंक ग्रुप वर्ल्ड बैंक ग्रुप कौन कौन से हैं, जैसे कि इंटरनेशनल बैंक फॉर रिकंस्ट्रक्शन एंड डेवलपमेंट, इंटरनेशनल डेवलपमेंट एसोसिएशन, इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंस कॉरपोरेशन, मल्टीलेटरल इन्वेस्टमेंट गारंटी एजेंसी. World Bank refers only to IBRD and IDA, whereas World Bank Group refers to all five institutions. India is member of all except ICSIO. Next is WTO, World Trade Organizations. Recently, the Marrakesh Agreement marked its 30th anniversary in 2024. So, what is Marrakesh Agreement? It was signed in Marrakesh, Morocco by 123 countries in 1994 after the conclusion of the Uruguay round. Next is formation of WTO, replacing General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. So WTO came into existence. WTO came into existence by replacing General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. It has served as a foundational framework for trade among the WTO members, expanded scope to include trade in service, intellectual property, and more. Established modern multilateral trading system. So next, key developments associated with WTO. So for the key developments, please look at it. World Trade Statistics 2022 on agricultural exports. Are the key findings? The top 5 exporters were European Union, greater than US, and then greater than Brazil, then greater than China, and then Canada. Then is anti-dumping duty. So what is anti-dumping duty? आप सब बहुत बार देखते हो कि क्या होता है, जबकि फॉर एग्जांपल चाइना अपना सामान जब भेजता है, एक्सपोर्ट करता है इंडिया पे, तो वो क्या करता है, बहुत सारे ड्यूटीज रिड्यूस कर देता है या फिर चार्ज नहीं करता. इसके कारण क्या होता है, जैसे कि पकड़ लो चाइना पे एक लाइट मैन्युफैक्चर हुआ है 100 रुपीज़, ठीक है, इंडिया पे भी वो लाइट मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहा है 100 रुपीज़ पे. सो इसमें तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, क्योंकि वहाँ पे भी 100 हो रहा है, यहाँ पे भी 100 हो रहा है, तो मैन्युफैक्चर कंज्यूमर कोई सा भी चीज़ ले सकता है बाजार से, उससे जो चाहिए. पर चाइना करता क्या है, जब ये प्रोडक्ट एक्सपोर्ट होता है इंडिया पे, तो वो क्या करता है, 100 के बजाय उसका MRP लिख देता है 80 या फिर 70, ठीक है. उसका करने का ये कारण है ताकि इंडियन मार्केट पे सिर्फ उसका ही प्रोडक्ट चले. तो जब हम देख लेते हैं कि हाँ ये प्रोडक्ट असल में 100 का मैन्युफैक्चर हुआ था, और वो लोग भेज रहे हैं 80 रुपीज़ या फिर 70 रुपीज़ के, तब हम क्या करते हैं, उन सामान के ऊपर एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी इम्पोज करते हैं। क्या यूज करते हैं, इम्पोज करते हैं एंटी डंपिंग ड्यूटी, ताकि चाइना का सामान और इंडिया का सामान दोनों को इक्वल फील्ड मिले कॉम्पीट करने के लिए, दोनों को इक्वल फील्ड मिले कॉम्पीट करने के लिए। नेक्स्ट, एग्रीकल्चर एंड फूड सिक्योरिटी WTO 13 मिनिस्ट्रियल कॉन्फ्रेंस Abu Dhabi conclude permanent solutions to the public stock holding issue. So I hope everyone knows amber box, blue box and green box. Amber box are all trade disputing subsidies. The subsidies that are all provided to facilitate trade are all considered as trade distorting subsidies. Amber box. Blue box is to limit the production, and green box, that is causes minimal limits, or you can say this is the permit provided because it does not create any such distortion. So WTO agreement on fisheries and subsidies, Geneva package. WTO Ministerial Conference ended with no decision on finding a permanent solution to curbing fisheries subsidies. WTO agreement on fisheries subsidies, Geneva package. It's also considered as Geneva package, was adopted during the 12 Ministerial Conference, aimed to curb harmful subsidies which contribute to depletion of the world fish stocks. India's demand. Countries that have been given the large subsidies in part of responsible for fish stocks depletion should bear greater responsibility. Polluter pays principle. Next one is trade segment. Trade related intellectual property rights. World Trade Organization commemorated 30th anniversary of the Agreement of Trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. TRIPS agreement was involved in the part of a down of the General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. For the key highlights, most comprehensive multilateral agreement on intellectual property rights, exclusive rights over the use of his or her creations, so next is key information. For the key informations, India joined treaty in 1995. Doha Declaration of the TRIPS Agreement, it affirmed that the TRIPS Agreement does not and should not prevent members from taking measures to protect public health and right of members to fully use flexibilities in the agreement for this purpose. So this is growth and development, growth fixed capital formation. What is growth fixed capital formation? Growth fixed capital refers to the growth in size of the fixed capital in an economy. So fixed capital का मतलब क्या होता है? Capital investment या फिर buildings, lands or any kind of such improvement, manufacturing या फिर GDP. This is all you can consider as fixed capital formation. So private gross fixed capital and public gross fixed capital. Human Development Report. So HDR. United Nations Development Program released Human Development Report. So who releases Human Development Report? It is all about United Nations Development Program. Release Human Development Report. So what are the report highlights? The report highlights the breaking the gridlock, reimagining the cooperation of the polarized world. What are more in the news? The report highlights the rise of the democracy paradox. So what is in the rise? The rise is the democracy paradox. Democracy paradox means the population thinks positively about democracy but supports leaders who undermine democracy. Next, key findings about India is that India's Human Development Index value increased from 0.644 to 0.6442 from 0.633. As very small changes which can be reflected. Next is Human Development Index rank improved 134 in 2022 from 135 in 2021. So what is the earlier rank? 135, but now the present rank is 134. Next is About HDR, it is annually. It is a biannual report or annual report. Sorry, annual report. So, and while considering human development index, what are the things that has been taken into consideration? One is life expectancy, expected years of schooling, and GNI, gross national income. Okay, या फिर per capita consumption. Next, other major indices of UNDP. So, what are the other major indices? One is gender inequality index. Next is gender development index. So, what is the India's performance in gender inequality index? India has moved a 14 place ahead. Means earlier India's rank was 122, but now it has improved to 108. So, inequality adjusted human development index. It is also released by UNDP, United Nations Development Program. India's rank declined by 6 places to 140. Next is planetary measures adjusted human development index. Next, global multidimensional poverty index. It is released by Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiatives. So, Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative in collaboration with United Nations Development Program. So, please look at India's performance. It is poverty that reflects the multiple deprivation that poor people face in the areas of the education, health, and living standards. So, what are the three things that takes into considerations? Education, health, and living standard. Education, health, and living standard. So, India's National Multidimensional Poverty Index, what is that? It is released by Niti Aayog, whereas that one is released by United Nations Development Program and Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiatives. So, Niti Aayog, it uses National Family Health Survey NFHS to measure National Multidimensional Poverty Index. Next is India is on track to achieve SDG target 1.2. Now, what is middle income trap? World Bank releases the report titled World Bank Report the Middle Income, according to which various countries including India runs the risk of falling into the middle income trap. It refers to a situation where rapidly growing economy stagnates at middle income level and fails to graduate in the ranks of the high income countries. For example, जब countries लोअर इनकम से हायर इनकम तक जाना चाहते हैं पर मिडिल इनकम पे जब आके अटक जाते हैं, मीन्स फर्दर ग्रोथ इकोनॉमी पे होता नहीं है, वहीं पे भी स्टेगनेंट हो जाता है, तो उसे हम कहते हैं मिडिल इनकम ट्रैप. The World Bank report suggests aiming of the high income status should follow 3I strategies. So what are the 3I strategies? Investment, inclusion, and innovation. So what are the three strategies? Investment, infusion, and innovation. Next, what is Preston curve? So Preston curve, it highlights the increase in per capita income of a country and does not cause massive rise in the life expectancy of its populations beyond a point. So Preston curve highlights that GDP जितना भी बढ़ जाए पर एक टाइम जाके लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी और बढ़ता नहीं है. ठीक है. So what is the Preston curve? Highlights the relation between GDP and the life expectancy. So ultimately we can conclude that Preston curve describes the relation between the GDP and the life expectancy. It states that up to a point the life expectancy does not increase. Next, Nobel Prize in Economics. So it is being awarded to Darren Acemoglu and Simon Johnson and James A. Robinson for the study on how institutions are formed and affect prosperity. So first recipient of India was Amartya Sen. So what is the prize? The prize consists of a medal, a personal diploma, and a cash award. So this video up to this. In the next video we will be coming with topic 6, where we will be covering agricultural sector with a comprehensive coverage. Okay, please underline the important ones that I underlined for you, and please give a revision, because revision makes a man perfect. And thank you for being with me. I hope you subscribed, shared, and if any problem, please mention in the comment section. Hope I will be replying very soon if any doubt arises. Thank you and have a good day.